Alright, I just want to do a constructive notice. So if you're looking for a skateboard video, this ain't that. Anyway, so this is going to the consular for United States Inc. You're not going to be able to read this because this camera sucks, but just trust that this is what it says. To the woman Rena Bitter, acting as Assistant Secretary, Bureau of Consular Affairs, I have given the man known as Martin Mucci in the office of CEO at PAYCHEX registered mail my political status documents as well as non-consent with his third-party interloping 3 times. He is in dishonor, performing unlawful conversion and taxing my pecuniary wages, no income, as a U.S. citizen and or legal fiction. A copy has also been given to you here with other documents. And this is my political status documents. So still trying to get the right camera to upload all this stuff so that people could see what I'm talking about. But either way, may you please help me with direction as to who to correct this criminal fraud. It is out of my jurisdiction. He is stealing from me as if I am within United States Inc. I am without the United States Inc. Thank you. At least you have been noticed that I am not a 14th Amendment slave at the time. I require a remedy if you can provide one. My signature seal says notice to principal is notice to agent. Notice to agent is notice to principal. That means when you notice the principal and some agent signs for them, they're still being noticed. And I got Article 52 here from the Geneva Convention. It says, Article 52, Geneva Convention relative to the protection of civilians in time of war. All measures at creating unemployment or at restricting the opportunities offered to workers in an occupied territory in order to induce them to work for the occupying power are prohibited. Okay, so what I'm talking about here is I've been working for this guy and I've noticed him 3 times. Here's the proof of notice where people have signed for him. And I told him that I don't consent. I'm not a legal fiction. I'm not a U.S. citizen. And they're still, they're still taxing me as if I'm this, which is a name, Joshua E. Crockett. My name is not Joshua E. Crockett. That's a fiction that looks like me. Anyway, so here's all the proof and everything that I've noticed him 3 times. Basically, when you do your political status documents, you have to notice the consular anyways, because the consular is the one who deals with status of people. So that's what, and this is a page that I did where I had sent him, Martin Mucci is his name. Okay, if I, a man, Joshua Eli Crockett, do not consent with any third-party interlopers taking money from my international trade contract with the man Ralph Bonham. The driver's license was misidentifying me. This is the proper identification, nationality, status, and credentials. An example of a third-party interloper I do not consent with is registered as State of California at Duns and Bradstreet at 071549000. So when I sent this, they stopped taxing. They stopped stealing money from me. The state did, which is a privately owned corporation masquerading as the government. Well, either way, but the feds are still stealing the Medicare and all that other stuff. So all those are privileges and benefits, believe it or not, within the United States. And so and I've been non-consensual to all that stuff for over 2 years now, but they're still doing it, and that's the reason why they think they're establishing jurisdiction. But I'm trying everything I can to rebut it. Anyways, this is a good one here too. This was sent to the 2 Internal Revenue Services. Okay, there's one that is the Internal Revenue Service, often of the Commissioner, and this is and it's basically the same letter to both of those. Here's the proof that I noticed them. Okay, but this is great. This is Dear Commissioner Charles R. Rettig. Revocation of election to pay taxes. Okay, this letter is to inform you and to state that I revoke my election to pay federal income taxes as of May 14th, 2011. You can go back 10 years on that at this point. I made the mistake that I needed to do so, having determined that I was never actually a volunteer warrant officer in the Merchant Marine Service, and clearing the confusion about what a withholding agent was, and now knowing that I am not a withholding agent, never have been when I signed previous 1040 and other federal tax forms. I now revoke my election to pay any future federal income taxes. Okay, so this is deep stuff. If you've been following or you know what I'm dealing with, then you're kind of familiar with this. But basically what they do is they create a fiction that looks like you, and then they tax it. And this, what a U.S. citizen is, a warrant officer in the Merchant Marines. You got to remember, we're dealing with maritime law, administrative law, not law of the land. So all these people think that they're a U.S. citizen, they're lost at sea, and that's what their title is, a Merchant Marine. So anyways, I've noticed that guy, okay, but also the other IRS, which is Commissioner of the Internal Revenue Service, different address, and they're spelled differently, but it's so people don't know there's two IRSs and all that. So it's the same letter sent to the same, but a different man. This is to a different man. Anyway, so I'm just giving you a heads up. It's not necessarily, this is not necessarily to educate everybody, because people don't want to be educated. This is more about constructive notice, which is, when you get noticed somebody notices you or something like that in person, like I was sued, attempted to be sued, but I did not consent and mailed it back. But either way, that's one type of a notice. But another notice is at a laundromat or a corkboard, where you put something up on, or even the internet, and YouTube is a place of constructive notice. So this means that there is proof on public record that these facts are in evidence. That's basically why I'm doing this. This is not because I'm trying to impress people or educate people, although I hope that people wake up. But I have to create proof and evidence, and so that's what it's about. So anyways, thank you, or whatnot. And then, there's some things that I published a long time ago on YouTube that I didn't realize that are protecting me now, and that's I'm grateful for that. Like, say, for instance, the one where I went into the Department of Motor Vehicles and I turned in the license plates and told them I do not consent. Well, that right there, that immediately makes the contract void. And they actually came and stole my car and confiscated it and everything. And at that point, and that was like 4 years ago, and I haven't done anything about that yet. But what is there is the proof that I was not consensual with registration at the DMV. I turned the plates in and all that, and so no one rebutted that, and that means that an unrebutted affidavit or anything like that becomes truth in commerce. And in conclusion, I could tell you so much more, but really it's about I'm noticing the consular. Okay, of my political status documents, and I'm just giving them the copies of the notices I gave to the CEO, who is a third-party interloper named Martin Mucci, okay, who's taxing me, and I'm not a U.S. citizen, and he's at 911 Panorama Trail in New York. I live on Sacramento County. I live over here, and these are the people who are stealing from me my pecuniary wages. I don't have income. I'm not in commerce. I'm engaged in international trade. Anyway, so you're probably bored by now. Hey, thanks for tuning in, and for the people who aren't bored, believe me, there's a lot more that I can get into. You just hit me up and we could talk, and I could help sort some stuff out. I mean, I know where to go. Like I said, we are occupied. The United States is a corporation occupying America right now, and all around the world. Wherever you see the United States military, that is not American military, period. They're occupying